This season has been the hardest fought battle for the title of Sole Survivor my series has ever seen. But after insane twists, chaotic tribals, and vengeance-filled vote-offs, we come to the only four who have managed to stand strong through it all. Here are your final four.
I feel like I have a better case than most. It's just going to be about how I pitch it. Kind of been riding this high of, oh my gosh, I almost went home. I had to play my idol. Poor me. And I feel like I've been pretty much untouched other than when I had to do the rock draw. But Final Four is where things get sketchy. Maybe I'll win an immunity. Wouldn't that be fun?
Like, I'm really, really happy that I was able to push through and I was able to make it here. And despite adversity and despite the people from the House of the Damned coming in and talking shit about me, and despite how all these people in the pre-merge absolutely hated me and talked shit about me when they came back, I feel like all of the bridges that I have burned are in the pre-merge, and all of the people on the jury, I really hope are not mad at me anymore. I hope I mended that bridge as well.
As much as I have felt like I was struggling in the game, I've always managed to bring it back. I mean, we want to talk about making history here. I'm responsible for the first ever rock draw, at least in this series. Coming into this finale, I don't know if I actually stand a chance at winning or not. You know, of course, Mr. Boston had a lot to say on his way out about that. And I just look at it like Schrodinger's FTC, you know? I either have no shot, my game's dead in the water in a jury vote sense, or I'm going to be able to go in there and argue my ass off and actually stand a chance.
Throughout this game, I've done a lot. I've survived a tie vote at the first merge vote. I've been labeled a liar by some of the pre-jurors. Along with that, I pulled off a 5-1 blindside on Soggy with an idol. So I think it's safe to say I'm probably enemy number one at this point. I've had to fight to get to this point. Nothing has come easy, so I plan to do that for the rest of this game. You know what they say, pressure makes diamonds, so we'll see what happens.
So this is Survivor, right? And I'm at the final 5, right? And everyone told me the truth except for Caleb. I just split the votes 1 to 1 to 1 to 1, and I decided who went home because I made a deal with everyone to vote someone else. I didn't expect in a final 5 round that not 1, not 2, but 3 people were gonna make deals with me, and they were telling the truth. They were all telling the truth. I thought for sure that someone was lying to me. Like, I was so paranoid. I'm like, which one of these people is voting for me? But no one did, except for Caleb. And I was like, what is happening? And then when it was 1 to 1 to 1 to 1, I was like, are you fucking serious?
No, and you're like, oh fuck, I just voted.
No,
I don't know what. And I don't even know why you did it. God fucking damn it, Liz. Oh my god, I'm so... And I don't know what the fuck Expo was doing. Oh my god, I'm so upset. I was gonna do something cool, and then Liz pussied out because she got scared, and Expo just decided to be a dumbass. Expo decided to be a dumbass and vote me for no fucking reason.
He came into the room with me, and he was like, Liz, I feel like we have a really good chance, like, in the jury against each other. I feel like me and you need to go to the end together. I feel like this is our only shot to stay in the game together, and I think we need to vote Isaac, because Caleb has an idol. And I'm like, oh. You're lying to me. I thought he was just gonna vote for me, like he was trying to get me to throw or some shit.
We kind of have to vote Llama out now because he just got his fucking way, despite the fact that he shouldn't have at all. I intentionally did not want Llama in on it, but now, oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, like, we kind of have to do Llama.
I think Llama here.
And then, like,
if he loses.
If he loses, yeah. If not, like, I guess get Caleb, because, like, I mean, I feel like it's a thing where, like, Llama's worse for you to sit next to, and Caleb's worse for me to sit next to.
I thought Expo was like going home in a 4-1, but you know.
I was on Expo, and then Isaac started talking about, because we were talking about the possibility of having to go into Firemaking against Expo, and the fact that I do think Liz has a really good case. We kind of flipped it last second just out of concern over Liz's, or at least I thought we flipped it last second out of concern over Liz's case. I guess I was kind of the only one.
What a fucking tribal council, dude. That could not have gone better than expected. Looks like Isaac turned on Caleb, Expo turned on Isaac, Caleb turned on Liz. I don't think Liz knew that she was the deciding vote, and then lo and behold, the person that I went to go home went home.
My whole game plan at this point is just, or like gameplay is just try and survive. I haven't really been in the know for much, but I think Isaac has this perception that I'm like a threat to win. I don't know. I assume you're about to win immunity, and then it's going to be a situation where it's like me, Liz, and Isaac fighting for our lives. At this point, it seems like Llama gets it. It seems like Llama gets that Liz is the biggest threat in the game, which is the perception I've been trying to build up. I still think I could do really well at Final Tribal Council, but I'm trying really hard to downplay that. But I think Llama gets it, though we need to vote Liz. Llama's winning immunity. Like, we vote Expo. Llama's going to win immunity. What do we beat Llama in?
Yeah, like if it's a final 3, I would be okay with voting Liz. I think her story, and I think Red will definitely give her a vote because of how he treated her.
In all honesty, I'm not even concerned about you because I feel like you get it. In my mind, Liz is so obviously the biggest threat left in the game. Like aside, like you and her are on par in my mind. But I think you're gonna win immunity.
Caleb is honestly very hard on getting Liz out. So I think the plan here is to hopefully pin Liz and Caleb against each other. And then when it comes to the vote, me and Isaac can decide who goes home, even though I think Isaac's going to vote Caleb anyway. But if I want to send him the fire, I can. Or I can just send Caleb home. Or if Isaac's going for Liz, I can send Liz home. So hopefully I can put myself in a power position.
Number 1, I thought you had an idol. And number 2,
I did too.
I'm like, yeah, you thought you had an idol too. And number 2, I'm like, that would be me putting my life on the line because I thought I was getting more votes than what I actually got. I had the notion that Caleb had a real idol because he thought he had a real idol. And maybe he knew it was fake and he was just bluffing it the whole time. Either way, I'm not taking that risk with my name on the line.
The thought process in my mind is that with Expo out, Llama has a stranglehold on this game. I mean, he's beaten Yumi and Isaac in like every comp. So my concern was not with you being in the game, it's the fact that I feel like now he just beats us and wins. What's going to be the problem here is if we get to the challenge and Joker doesn't say it's final immunity. Because if he doesn't say it's final immunity, I need Isaac out now. Because Isaac's not winning final immunity and he's getting taken. So my only ticket to the end is winning the final challenge, which isn't going to happen.
I gotta cool down. I might need to explain to Caleb a little something, because this is now like the second time I've tried to fuck him over. I'm gonna be like full transparency, because that was a fucking mess. Yeah. Apparently Expo genuinely wanted me gone. And then I was just sitting there and I was like, I really don't want to get rid of either of them. I kind of thought about it, I'm like, fuck, that would be like a really nice final 3 because like Liz and Expo both haven't played that well.
But they have better cases than me.
I guess I'm just like worried that you're gonna steal like Red's vote from me or something.
If I make Final Tribal Council at this point, my pitch is literally gonna be, I played Survivor with 15 of God's stupidest creations and didn't beat myself over the head with a rock until I couldn't think anymore. Like, what are they even doing? Why is Isaac voting me? What are you doing?
But it's
in my mind, you and me have the worst odds of winning. So I like,
yeah.
Not that I don't think we can, because I think everyone's got a good shot. But I just feel like you and me are like the least chance. So I never really considered like anything outside of voting for those 3. They're like the overdogs of the game. We don't have someone to beat Llama. I would love to think it could be me, but I've yet to show that I have any capability in that regard. It's just going to be Llama's going to win Final 4, and then I hope we vote out Liz. Is he going to vote out me? Like, I can't believe these people. They like, I think they spin a wheel to decide their vote. I legitimately think they spin a wheel. Whoever it lands on, they vote, and that's just their strategy. She's in
Yeah.
a really good spot. I wish we could have, because I don't know. I felt like Expo was
wish-
our worst bet. He has the least case. I think she has a really good pitch.
Yeah. So I'm just like worried about that.
And you and me
but-
have been on the wrong side of so many votes, especially me.
Fuck it, the way it's the way I genuinely think Liz meant it when she said that voting out Caleb was what she would have done there, and like she really just did kind of pussy out on it. It does reaffirm that I should take Liz to the end, only in the sense that yes, she has like good social bonds, but this is definitely not the best strategic game we've seen. Like she was kind of like a part of the dominant alliance, but as far as I know, her first vote that she led, she targeted her own #1 ally and misplayed an idol on somebody who had an idol in their pocket.
Isaac comes to me. He says, I have a plan. I want to vote out Caleb. I think he's bluffing. I didn't believe him for shit. I didn't believe him.
Yeah.
But no, he was dead ass. He was dead ass
That's
serious.
crazy.
He thought Caleb was bluffing. He wanted to vote Caleb out. So then Expo comes into a call with me and he says, I don't want you to go home. I don't want me to go home. Let's vote Isaac, please. I'm like, for sure this is Cap, right? He's like, because Isaac's like his best ally. They've been attached to the hip the entire game. Why am I supposed to believe this, right? I thought for sure that someone was lying to me. But no, everyone was banking on me for something that round. And I gave it to Llama instead of giving it to Isaac. I really feel like maybe I could have mended that bridge by giving it to Isaac, but I couldn't take that risk. I thought for sure that someone was going to lie and vote for me, whether it was Expo or him or someone. But no, I just pulled off a weird-ass move.
Crazy.
I split the votes. 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. But I knew
was
where you
for
were
sure it
voting
was
the entire
4-1.
time, right?
Yeah.
You thought it was 4-1. Everyone was going to vote Expo and it was going to be a great
Yes.
day.
Nobody
No.
told me anything.
No, that's not. It was never going to happen. They were either going to vote for me. They were either going to vote me out 3-2, or I create this fucking amalgamation of random votes because for some reason, people were like, "I don't want you to go home, Liz. What can we do?" And then like it's like then it
That's
just split
insane.
into 10 million pieces. I think that this is really the situation where I handcrafted living somehow for no reason. Somewhere in the back of my head, I'm like, this is Survivor, this is Final Five. Like, none of them are telling me the truth. I'm just gonna get 3-2 and I'm gonna go home. But somehow, I concocted a 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 vote between them and decided who went home. Like, how does that fucking happen? I do
Oh.
wish that Caleb had went home. I do wish that Caleb.
I
had
do
went
kind of. Now that it happened, I'm like, now that I know it's fake, I really wish Caleb would have gone home. Oh, I think he could probably just be the next vote. And I think Isaac would be down for it as well, considering he just voted Caleb. At the end of the day, everybody kind of just turned on each other, and I don't think anybody could trust anybody in this game besides maybe me and Liz could trust each other at this point. I'm really happy with how things are going. I think there's definitely cracks that I didn't see before that I see now, and I'm just hoping I can win another immunity at this point.
All right, welcome to your Final Four Immunity Challenge. Llama, please can I have the immunity necklace back? All right, with that, immunity is back up for grabs. Here is how today's challenge works. In today's immunity challenge, you'll be mirroring a miniature build of the House of the Damned by transporting it across one block type at a time. When I say go, you'll parkour to grab all of your Silk Touch tools. Then you'll make your way back to the original platform and grab all of one block type. For example, if you want to grab a white tulip, you may grab all of the white tulips before making your way back and placing them down. The first person to completely mirror the recreation of the house onto the opposite platform perfectly wins individual immunity for the night. 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody's off.
Ow.
Isaac gets shot, but he lands it. He gets shot again.
I'm getting jumped. Ow.
Llama makes it across. He can get his tools and make it back. Isaac makes it across. He can get his tools.
Ain't no way I was.
Isaac was sandbagging this whole season.
Oh my god. Ah.
That would be so fun. Oop, okay. Well,
Oh,
time to
for real.
swim.
Oh,
Llama
okay.
grabs his first type of item.
Ah.
Now he can head over. Isaac grabs his first type, goes back and checks once more.
Ow.
Liz makes it across and gets her
Ugh.
tools.
Yay.
Everyone has their tools but Caleb right now, who is trying to get people to throw this comp to him.
Ow.
Guys, Caleb
I
really
can't.
did
How'd
it
you guys do
time.
this so easy?
Llama's making his way back. Can he make his way? Oh, he saves a lot of time by making it straight back. Everyone
Fuck.
making sure. Everyone make sure you know what mirroring is.
That was
Yes, sir.
I was
Wait,
so
that
close.
confuses me though, because this one,
Okay,
God
let's
damn
do
it.
that.
this
Everybody look to the right.
Caleb is doing his best to make it through.
Oh my
Arrows
God.
firing at a moderate pace.
I'm so mad.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, Caleb seems to have figured something out here.
Yeah, just grin and bear it.
I had that figured out.
I think the hardest part of this challenge isn't even the parkour to get there, it's remembering where everything is mirrored to each other.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Isaac gets his first blocks back across. It looks like Llama's made 3 trips.
I'm so stupid. How did this take me so long?
mirrored is like, so if it's on the left side, it would be on the right side on the other one, right?
It is, if it is on the left side facing it, it's on the left side facing it as well. It's the same side. That is mirrored.
Okay.
My favorite part of this is seeing everyone who really hasn't been shot that many times, and then Caleb the porcupine making his way back
Yeah.
and forward.
What should I
You
do?
like that? That's the good thing is I know I suck at challenges, so I'm not even jittery. I'm just like here.
You know what? Maybe I need to have that mindset. I'm gonna lose, bro.
Llama has transported everything except for the house itself, which he's working on right now. Looks
Can
like
I just,
Isaac
like,
has the semblance of a
place-
house.
Well, I guess I can do this.
Okay, where would this go?
Never mind.
Wait a minute.
This is true. Wait, Liz has made it to the other side twice in the last 3 minutes.
I know.
damn.
Aren't I fucking cool?
Two, three.
Check, Llama. You are incorrect. There is something wrong. I'll go ahead and tell you, you have a total of 9 blocks placed incorrectly.
9?
Remember that?
Technically 5. Technically 5. There you go. Sorry. I miscounted. There are 5 blocks placed incorrectly.
Okay.
1, 2.
Did that increase it or decrease it?
You currently have 11 blocks placed incorrectly.
Okay. How about now?
You now have 6 things incorrect.
Okay. Wait, uppy? Uppy? Let's see.
How about now? Well, wait, give me a minute to place this,
Okay.
but
Right here, right?
What about
How
now?
about
Doesn't have it all.
Only 1 block is placed incorrectly.
Uh-oh.
One
Alright,
singular
guys.
block. Everyone else is playing catch up now.
how about now?
Nope.
How about now?
Now you have 2 blocks placed incorrectly.
for this
How about
one.
now?
No,
How about now?
Oops.
you have 2 blocks wrong.
How about now?
Ow. My fucking
You
buzz broke.
now have, I don't even know what you did, but I'm gonna go with 3 wrong, I think.
Holy fuck, dude.
We've got some people now making their final trips and catching up with Llama. Caleb notably has a lot of it complete.
And I have it all right too.
We'll see.
How about now?
No, you have 2 wrong. Caleb is on his second to last trip, I feel, before he calls. He only has 1 more block type left after this.
I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm right, but I don't know. Obviously I'm
Oh,
not.
I see.
I fear you might not be correct. I just want you to know that you're not gonna feel very good if you lose this.
That's crazy.
Check.
Llama wins individual
No
immunity.
way.
He finishes it. Also, Caleb placing those blocks would have also just won individual
Yeah.
Oh
immunity.
my gosh, bro.
How could you have been wrong?
GG.
Llama fixed that block at the very last moment. Congratulations to Llama. You can come grab immunity. The second one in a row for you. You will not be voted out. However, you do not quite have that chance in the final 3 seats, for it is final 2. And so you have a 1 in 3 shot to win this game, but you have not quite made it all the way. For the rest of you, I've got nothing for you. I'm sure you've got a lot to talk about back at camp, and I'll see you guys tonight at Tribal.
The immunity streak has begun. I have won my second immunity now, so that is just amazing. At this point, it's win or go home, and that's exactly what I did. I almost blew it, but you know, I came in clutch. I have that clutch factor, of course, so I'm happy that I won, and hopefully I can stir the pot a little bit and get Caleb to go home this vote.
Congratulations on another immunity. I don't know if you'll be able to guess this based on where I voted last time, but
You want
I
Caleb?
mean, I think it makes the most sense at this point. I think he
I
is like a
was
big-
gonna come in here and pitch Caleb to you.
Well,
So I think we got an agreement here.
a lot of the logical part of me is telling me just ditch Caleb at this point. Yes, he almost beat Llama, but like I worry about sitting next to him. Though I'm not as worried as I was before about it. I think like last vote at least would have shown the jury that like Caleb and I are not just playing the same fucking game with each other. I hope I can prove that I'm out of Caleb's shadow enough to where I would maybe rather not sit next to him compared to Liz, but it's not like the worst case scenario. He's gonna eat up pretty much all the early jury votes. He's gonna get Neptune, he's gonna get Red, he could probably get Spongy if he really wants to.
100%.
He's at least in the running for Boston. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with Boston's vote, so.
Yeah, I don't know where Boston. I think Boston's bad at everybody.
If they get rid of me, they're so stupid. Neither of them are ever going to beat Llama in a challenge. I guess if they want, whatever prize comes with second, good on them. But if they vote me out, they're never in a million years going to beat Llama in a challenge. It could be a pick your nose challenge. They're not going to beat Llama in it. So I told Liz that we should vote out Isaac because Llama's obviously going to take Isaac. And that actually is probably my preference, but she gave me the most cagey, like, yeah, that sounds good. Like, I couldn't even put like 1 ounce of confidence into her voice.
The pros of keeping Caleb is that maybe, just maybe by the grace of God, he beats Llama in a competition. The pros of Isaac is that if I sit next to him, I'm going to probably win. If I sit next to Llama, well, if Llama wins, he's going to take me. But I sit next to Llama, he probably wins the game.
Well, from what I've had talks with, I think you're probably the main target, like full
Yeah.
transparency. But I guess, honestly, I would rather prefer what you were thinking than me, because I don't want to just throw out a name, you know?
Well, I mean, it's be crazy to vote Isaac, so I'm putting Liz.
Okay.
I just think she's got the best case out of, I think she might have the best case out of everyone left, so.
Caleb did cut me a deal that he said he would take me to final tribal council.
I don't know, I could cut you a deal that I'll take you if you keep me.
I can definitely consider that if we want to do imaginary handshake on that deal.
Yeah. I mean, if you vote Liz, then I'm 100% I'll keep you if I win the final challenge. No promise I'm going to win the final challenge, but I'm going to try my best. And like I've said, I just want to make the final 2, I guess, now. That's my goal.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care who I'm sitting next to.
So I don't know if he's being serious about that, but that definitely is something to consider. So I'm having to think about that when I go into tribal council tonight.
Then there's like the other part of me, which is like, do I send Caleb to fire here? That could potentially bolster his resume. That could give him a better chance at beating me and put me into an unwinnable final 3. Because I don't really know if I beat Caleb or not. I'm like so up on the air on it. It's the reason I wanted to just get him out of the picture, because I felt more confident against like Liz or Expo.
So what was your conversation with Llama like?
Llama wants to do you.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
I had a feeling it was what he would want, so I like kind of led into it, saying that I want to do you, but I don't really want to do you, because like I just don't want to do what Llama wants to do. No shade. I want him to like not have control right now. The other thing is, if I do have to sit next to Llama, I'm gonna need whatever jury votes I can get. Maybe my best case scenario is something like Caleb losing fire. If he goes to fire and loses, as much as we had our differences, I stuck by him. He might look at that positively. I don't know if he'll actually or not, but it could be a good thing for my jury management at the very least. As much as like 100, I would probably rather sit next to Liz. The problem is like, if it's Liz and me versus Llama, Llama's just gonna win. So,
Exactly.
Like,
Llama's just gonna win.
and I don't think it's like, I think you and I think are at least equal in a jury sense.
Oh, I think 100%.
So it's like, I'd rather be more likely to sit next to you and forego an easier one with Liz than like boot you out and then be almost guaranteed to sit next to Llama and like lose.
So I went to Isaac and I was like, let's just vote out Liz. And Isaac actually gave me some reassurance. I've had so many false reassurances from Isaac that it could mean literally nothing, but he actually seemed, because it's just the sensible play. Not that that's what Isaac has ever done once in this entire game, but it is the smart thing to do. I mean, how are you going to beat Llama? And I just showed you I can beat Llama. So,
Exactly,
I mean, like, I came seconds away. And if I beat Llama, I'm obviously taking you in a heartbeat.
We obviously would have just jumped him, and this would have been so easy.
I'm so mad at
nice.
this. I'm absolutely fuming with myself. But I hope you're serious about this.
I'm genuinely serious.
You've been my number one the whole way, whether you were voting me or not.
And through all the shit that has gone down, at this point, genuinely, it's my best option to, at the very least, give you fire here.
I think at best I get fire, and I hope I can survive fire. I'm so unbelievably mad I lost that challenge. I mean, there were so many times where I just fell stupidly and did something dumb, and then I lose by like 10 or 15 seconds. That's just gut-wrenching, and it's going to be so bad if I go home. But I'm going to try and use that as fuel to get through this.
All right, so I think this vote's probably kind of obvious. I think Caleb's got to be the vote here now.
I think so. I don't really see like a point in voting Isaac here. I think it really does have to be Caleb, especially after last round with like all the idol stuff. But I mean, I don't think I would mind losing to him. I mean, it would be kind of like a loyalty thing. So I guess this is the best case scenario for me, really.
He's very much stacking up his resume, and I think it's going to be a threat for both of us. And like at this point, I don't see a way where you and me aren't in together.
I really want that to happen, but they're gonna vote me, like more than likely. I think both of them are. Because I mean, Isaac doesn't owe me anything, and Caleb's been against me like pretty much the entire game.
Alright, so this coming up vote, I think should be clear cut and dry, with Caleb going home in a 3-1 vote, but at the same time, you never know with these people. Last vote, I thought it was going to be 4-1, and I sat there and it was a 2-1-1-1 vote. So, you never really know.
At the end of the day, like, I'm with you no matter what, so you have fire, and hopefully you can just win that, then we can take out Isaac and call it a day.
Fire making challenges. Jeez. I really don't know what to do. I think I'm going to decide, like, in the voting booth. Do I want a chance at Llama going home so I don't have to pitch against my best friend in the game because we have the same game so that I can win? For a sliver of a chance to win against Caleb. Or do I take Isaac and try my damnedest to win whatever challenge it is that they just tossed at me? And, yeah.
Welcome, Final Four, to your penultimate tribal council of this season. Llama, this is your second immunity in a row. Congratulations on that. Do you feel like you would have needed it tonight?
Yeah, I think tonight, or at least every vote since I had the 5 on me, it's been kind of like, oh, he's probably got to go at some point. So, and I think since I won the last immunity before this one, people are probably looking at me more as a challenge threat. So I think, yeah, for sure, I would have been a name tonight. So I'm happy that I won it and I'm safe.
I guess we'll move to Caleb. Last
Yeah,
round, there was talks on the idol that you had, and the fact that it was fake. Was there any blowback from that, or considering the fact that all 3 of you each got a vote, was there just a lot of chaos after last round?
No, I don't think there was really blowback on that because I was kind of on the same page as everyone else. I mean, I guess it did serve me good because having a theoretical public idol helped. I don't know. It's just always chaos. I'm so mad I lost that challenge, not even just because Llama won it, but just because I've been so bummy at the challenges that coming so close and having assurance of Final 3 would have been nice.
Isaac, on his way out, Expo exclaimed that he had voted for you in that last round. What did that kind of do in your mind? Did that let you know that there was some fire under your pants for this next round? Did it let you know that it's good that he was on his way out? Like, what was your thought process on that?
Admittedly, I think it was more of a process of elimination type thing from what I understand. Like, Caleb has the alleged idol. You know, he didn't want to vote out Liz. He can't vote out Llama, so that just kind of left me. Except for the fact that, you know, was definitely getting some heat. So it does worry me for tonight that obviously, I mean, I have caught so many strays in this game. Yeah, I can only really just hope that the heat isn't on me again tonight now that, like, the numbers are so small.
All right. And Liz, speaking of that, the numbers are incredibly small. They're almost as small as they can possibly be. And with all 3 of the people who can be voted for this round having gotten a vote last round, are you worried that you're going to get votes again?
Surprisingly, I'm not sure. It's always a possibility. I feel like when you get too comfortable, that's when things go weird. But I haven't heard anyone hard pitching me this round. But I feel like 50-50. I haven't heard it, but maybe they've just been saying it behind my back. I don't know. I don't know what y'all do when I'm not there.
All right. And unless anybody has anything they want to say, Liz, you're up first.
Doing this with my heart, not really my head. I feel like what Caleb said made sense, but I think this is my best chance of winning, and I always want to make sure that my odds are at least somewhat in my favor.
At this point, I think this move is best for my game. And if I'm really banking on getting to the final tribal council, I think I just got to do what I got to do.
If it does go to fire, I hope that whichever way the fire blows is what ends up being better for me.
If the Final 3 of this season is Llama, Liz, and Isaac, you can sign the check, LLAMA.
I have tallied the votes. At this point in the game, no idols or advantages can be played. Here we go. First vote. Caleb. Caleb. Liz.
Ooh,
2 votes Caleb, 1 vote Liz,
that's fancy.
1 vote left. And the 13th person voted out, 6th member of our jury, is nobody, because we are going to Firemaking, as the last vote is for Liz.
Thank you.
That
Isaac.
means that Liz and Caleb, you both will be going into a Firemaking duel, similar to the one from the Final 13 challenge.
Here's how firemaking works. Your inventory will be cleared and you'll be using the things given to you to make a flint and steel. Both players will receive identical resources, including a tree and a block with stone, coal, iron, and gravel inside. Once you have crafted your flint and steel, you will use it to light the netherrack located next to your station. The first person to light their netherrack will win the firemaking duel and help keep their game alive.
Does everybody get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right, survivors, for your life in the game.
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1, go. This is the third firemaking challenge in the series.
Yep.
Obviously, both of them starting the same way.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Never just have a flush final four vote, can we? You know.
Nope.
Both
Never.
crafting.
Heck yeah.
Liz, the first person to start breaking stone. You are given just enough materials. Caleb creates a stone pick with his stone early. Did the same.
Okay.
Caleb places his furnace first, starts to smelt. He's now breaking gravel, looking for flint. This is the most... Oh, Caleb gets flint really early.
Wow.
Really early flint. And Caleb wins the firemaking challenge. Keeps his flame alive in the game and makes it to the final 3. Liz,
Wow.
just short. I'm so sorry to say it, but this is as far as you'll go. We're gonna head back down to tribal. Liz, it has been a tumultuous game. It's been a long game. It has had its ups and downs.
Mhm.
But in this situation, I cannot say the tribe has spoken. The fire has spoken.
Oh,
You can say anything you have left to say and head on out.
oh man. Hi friends. We've had a long game together, you know?
Yeah.
I don't really have like anything. I usually, you know, feel some type of way when I leave, but I don't have anything to say, you know? I don't have mean words. I don't have anything. I feel pretty content. I feel like I did everything that I could do except for make it to where you guys are, and congratulations. Good job, Caleb. Much love to all of you. I am excited to see who's in those last 2 chairs, and I wish you all very much luck.
You have almost made it as far as you can in this game. Caleb, your torch lives on. The other two will join him as you guys head back to camp and prepare for your final immunity challenge.
Well, it's been a hell of a run. I think everything finally really caught up to me, and now I'm sitting here. I lost firemaking, and I'm fine. I mean, I feel like I did so many things that I wanted to do. I talked shit, and I kind of got hit, so that's not really something I can really be mad about. I can't be mad about this. I appreciate the game. I have had an amazing time. I had a lot of fun. And I am super excited to see who wins. Rooting for my little duo, llama. Kill it out there. Let's do it.
Wow. I actually cannot. It was perfect. After blowing that Final 4 challenge and being so mad, I can't even believe it. Yeah, I mean, it all kind of came down to luck, and I was just hoping that I was going to get the flint first. My prayers worked.
I ended up sending Caleb to firemaking. Do I worry that I'm now in a situation where I don't beat anyone in Final 2? A little bit. I'm going to have to trust in my skills to, like, argue the best case that I can. Because I, at the very least, know what I would want to say and know the points I would want to make. It's up to if people want to listen to it, or if the person sitting next to me, they just decide it's better. It is what it is. I've had so much fun with this game show. Genuinely. I think this is the most fun I've ever had in one. For me, like, the win would be the cherry on top, and I'm obviously going to try for it because, well, I actually don't like cherries. But, like, the proverbial cherry on top I would like to have, you know?
And now I get one more crack at llama, and it all comes down to this. I get my redemption. I haven't been up to par in challenges this season, but we're trending in a good direction. Obviously, he's a tough one to beat. If I don't, then I'm gonna have to try and play some angle where he would rather go to the end with me than Isaac. I don't see any situation where he would find that reasonable. It's not reasonable. It definitely wouldn't make sense for him. So realistically, it all comes down to this. And I know I can beat him. I just proved I can beat him. So now I just have to go do it. And I feel good. I have momentum right now. So I'm ready for it.
I feel like I've kind of played a little bit of a better game than Caleb. But does the jury think that? I have no idea. I feel like I've been a bit more proactive. I've been a little more independent, we'll call it. Whereas Caleb's kind of gone with a lot of the flow of things and what other people want. I kind of at least was willing to go off and do my own thing, off into wild results that have not always gone in my favor, but did at least go in my favor one time. So
At this point in the game, I think I have done a lot. I would say at the beginning of my game, I was very much a social butterfly. I was able to get into 2 alliances of 3, one with Boston and Expo and the other with Brothers and Liz. I was then labeled as a snake. In this game, you have to lie if you want to get far in this game, and that's what people weren't willing to do. But even with the House of the Damned, I was lying left and right. Then to the strategic part of the game, I was able to flush Liz's idol. I had an idol play myself, and I was able to blindside Spongy. I haven't been up for votes since the final 8, which I think is a big part of this game and why I'm sitting here right now. Obviously, I've won the past 2 immunities, and I think if I'm going to want to make it into the final 2, it's going to have to be 3. I think right now, I'm kind of in a win-or-go-home situation. It's the playoffs, and I have to win this.
Welcome, Final 3, to your final immunity challenge. Llama, for the last time, I'm going to take it back.
Here you go.
All right. This is how your final immunity challenge is going to work.
In the final immunity challenge, you will row a boat across a thin and slippery rail onto a totem pole. Once you have enough boats across and stacked on top of each other, you'll be able to make the jump onto the platform and collect your puzzle pieces. With your puzzle pieces collected, you'll climb a puzzle station and complete a word puzzle. The first person to complete said word puzzle will be the winner of the challenge, and will not only guarantee their spot in the final tribal council, but they will also cast the sole elimination vote at tonight's tribal council.
In 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody.
Oh, I see. I'm getting it.
Caleb figures out how to get into his boat a little later than the other 2.
It's okay. I did the last challenge a little later, and you saw that one, and I lost.
That's accurate. Llama slips off.
Ooh.
Oh.
okay, wait.
Everyone
Could not be me.
learning the ice is a little slippery. Isaac
Yeah.
makes it across. Caleb also makes it across. Right now, we got
Yeah,
Isaac
okay.
in the lead.
And who's in second?
That's Caleb. That happened last challenge, though.
Okay, how
All
do
it took
I
was narrowing it
do
down to
this?
3 people.
All right, here's the first drop. There's a bit of a learning curve to this
Maybe when I
pot drop.
cannot, I literally can't see it, I'm hoping.
And Isaac
Oh,
overshoots
that did
his
not work.
first.
Wah, wah.
How am I supposed to do this?
Llama lands it, barely lands it. Caleb trying to line it up.
No, I really did just go too far, that's... sick.
Caleb lands his first. Now it's Llama and Caleb. Llama with a little bit of a lead over him.
I know we do, Jeff.
There we go, now we're back to usual.
Isaac in last, where he's comfortable.
Maybe that's
Isaac doesn't
Oh!
overshoot it this
I'm
time. He stacks
gagged.
1.
I'm gagged, I got 1 stacked.
Llama gets his second. His are slowly making their way off the center.
Just love to
Caleb
see
looking
it.
to line up his second. Caleb gets 2. He does a little bit of readjustment and he moves on. Everyone right now in this challenge.
How do
Also,
I-
you are not allowed to sit in the stairs that are on
Ooh.
the thing there. You can't.
Thing
You,
is,
you can't
so
click on the stairs to
smooth-brained.
sit up.
I'm so smooth-brained when I do challenges that I think I could beat these 2 to the word puzzle by like 10 minutes and not have a letter down when they get there. Not that that's...
Llama on his 3rd boat stacked. Backing it up just a hair. Can't quite make the jump yet though. Has to go back. A lot. People are pretty much even. There's a little bit of disparity between like Llama and you guys otherwise, but I mean this is pretty close.
Oh, there we go.
Isaac drops off. There's now a big disparity between Llama and Isaac, a whole boat. Llama very focused right now. No funny commentary coming through.
Yeah, come on. Get some screen time.
Imagine getting I and V in the finale.
Don't you want fan favorite? You got fan favorites,
That's the
Joker?
fan favorite vote, isn't
We
it?
do have a fan favorite vote. Llama jumps up. He gets his word puzzle pieces.
Are you
Isaac
kidding
slips
me?
off
Oh my
once
God.
again.
That was on the
Llama's
last
grabbing
part,
all of his
too.
pieces. He gets to claim the first station he gets to. A little bit of an advantage considering it's closer. Caleb now trying to stack his next boat. And he gets his fourth. Is he gonna jump for it?
Oh
He
my
does
God.
not make the jump. He has to go back and stack a fifth.
Do I have to stack another?
Actually no, you can run across it if you feel.
Okay.
If you feel like you can make that jump.
I do feel.
Llama now working on this puzzle.
See, what if I'm so crazy? Oh my god. That would have
This-
been crazy if I could have made that.
This word puzzle, the great equalizer. Caleb jumps back down. Gets up. Caleb has his pieces now. This is a challenge. Once everybody makes it to the puzzle and has been there for 2 minutes, I'm gonna start giving hints.
Whoa, just 2 minutes.
Okay. We'll go 5. We'll go 5 minutes, and then I must give the first letter. This is not a baby easy survivor word puzzle. There's no big long word for immunity.
Word puzzles are legit the worst thing for me.
I would quit if I were you.
I might.
Caleb's starting to place down some blocks. He thinks he might have it.
Nah, I don't got it.
I just put down fucking the, bro. Oh,
All right,
fuck.
the 5-minute timer has gone off. First letter is T.
Wow.
Jeffrey,
Caleb,
Okay.
read it out, why don't you?
the power is in my hands.
And it sure is.
Oh.
Caleb has won the final 3 immunity challenge, guaranteeing
Oh my
himself
God.
a place in the final 2. He will get to pitch his case to the jury. For the first time this season, Caleb,
Yes, sir.
grab your immunity.
You like
You
that?
are the only person guaranteed to be in the final tribal council of this game. You will pitch your case to the jury of the people you have voted off,
Sounds great.
and you will get to choose who sits next to you. Truly, Caleb, the power is in your hands. For the other 2 of you, I've got nothing for you. You guys can head back to camp and pitch your cases.
Oh, that was the best feeling thing ever. I knew I could get him. I was so mad I lost that Final Four challenge. Even when I beat Liz, I was like, because now Llama wins. And I was like, Llama's still going to win Final 3. I was like, I gotta lock in and beat him, or else I'm literally gonna kick myself about that challenge for the rest of my life. Minecraft Survivor's that important, people. I saw those 3 middle words, like the 3 2-letter words, and I was like, if I can just hone in on these, I can figure this out. And I got, is in mine. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, his hands work? And I got, is in my hands. I was like, okay. And then I was cooking with it and nothing was happening. I was like, maybe I'm off base. And then I got it. Oh my gosh. My hands are shaking. I was like, he's going to steal it, speed through the puzzle before I can. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
I guess for right now, do I even have a chance?
I mean, I don't want to like crush your dreams and say no, but like obviously, if I'm trying to win, the most sensible thing, especially you, because I think you've not only played well, but you've been like one of the top dogs. I think it would be insane of me to take you, as much as I do like you as a person, and it sucks to be like the one that's sending you home.
Everything in my body just wants to go back out there and retry that challenge, but I can't. And I feel like no matter what I do here, there's just no hope for me. I tried to talk to Caleb, but he's obviously going to take the easy win from here on out. He's not going to take me to the end because he knows that I'm a threat to win. And it really hurts, like, being so close yet so far. I don't want this to be the end of the journey, but if it is, I think I played one hell of a game. I kind of know my time has come, and I think I fucked it up.
I understand that. Like, I'll pitch my case probably at Tribal a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do appreciate the transparency, though.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you doing the same for me last time. I don't want to BS you, and I think we both kind of been on the same page for a while now.
Well, we made it. Unless Caleb's gonna do something incredibly stupid, I'm gonna be sitting next to him in the end, which is what I came into, out of Final 6, like, not wanting. But I'm like, considering everything that's fucking happened, I'm kind of okay with it at this point. Congratulations.
Thank you. I actually can't believe that, especially after the last round with Llama. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I was so pissed off.
I know, but congratulations to you too, because, I mean, I don't see any situation in the world where I go with Llama, so.
As much as I have my concerns sitting next to Caleb in the end, I'm hoping that this jury will give us a chance to argue against each other. I do feel like, at least in my gameplay, what I have over him is I've been a lot more proactive. I think he often would let himself, be kind of taken along by other people. I was never happy to let that happen. And that's why Final 7 happened, that's why Final 5 happened. Hell, that's even partially why Final 4 happened. In all the ups and downs that we have had, to sit next to him in the end is a bit poetic, if nothing else. Here's to, hopefully, a good FTC and a good winner for the season, whoever it is. I was gonna ask him, like, is there any world where you take him for some reason? But
no, I mean, I'll obviously, like, hear him out just for the sake of, he's a human being. I don't want to, like, completely shut him out, but I don't see any situation where I would ever want to sit next to him at the end. I'm gonna hear out Llama and Isaac. Obviously, sitting in the end with Isaac after everything we went through would definitely be something, but I think, Llama's a worthy adversary. I think I beat them both. I'll have to hear them out, and obviously the clear consensus is Isaac, but, can't ever make a decision too early.
Welcome, Final 3. It goes without saying we need to go to Caleb first. Caleb, you narrowly won Firemaking last night and then turned around to win this immunity challenge. Can you describe what you're feeling right now?
It's obviously a lot of excitement. I was so anxious during the Final 4 challenge, during the Firemaking, during the Final 3 challenge. It's just been high intensity, so to be rewarded with that win, just like that moment of knowing I had the word puzzle, was awesome. But I also know that I'm dealing with, a big decision, and it sucks because these are two people who have put so much time into this game. I think all of our hearts are really in this season, so to be a victim of a Final 2 and getting third would be gut-wrenching, which is why I'm so glad I have it, but also it's tedious, dealing with the fact that someone is going to have to live with that.
I guess we'll go to the other two of you. You guys pitched your cases today. Isaac, I guess we'll start with you. If this is your last Tribal Council, what kind of has this season been for you?
Honestly, I'm somebody who felt like I kind of peaked in the community a few years back, and I haven't been doing these like nearly as much as I used to. So to be able to come in and have I think genuinely one of the most fun experiences I've had. That I think is just as important to me as the prospect of winning the whole thing. So whether I get out tonight, whether I sit in FTC and get second, or whether I win, I'm always going to be happy with the way that I played this season.
All right, Llama, if this is your last tribal council, what has this season been for you?
Definitely a lot of things. Like, I've had a lot of fun. A lot of those people in the jury or pre-jury or even sitting here right next to me, I've had a lot of fun with, and they've all been great vibes. But if I really do go home tonight, to put it point blank, for me, it's a failure of a season. I came here to win, and I think I failed myself in that final immunity challenge. I should have been able to win that, and personally, I'm really gut-wrenched right now. I'm disappointed, and I feel like that I really had a good shot at winning this game.
And with that, we are going to get into the final vote of this season.
Caleb, go cast that soul elimination vote.
This is just where it gets so real because it's not like we're at final 10. This is the last person to go home. I hate to do it to either of them because I've really grown to like both of them. I think Llama has played a phenomenal game, and I think that Isaac has played a really underrated game. Either way, I have a worthy challenger, and I'm excited.
At this point, no advantages or immunity idols can be played. There's only one vote to read. Let's get to it. The 14th person voted out of this game. The last member of the jury, and the person who will not get to pitch their case in the end, is Llama. Please bring me your torch. Llama, you have made it through a lot of this game, a lot of tribal councils, a lot of votes against you, and a whirlwind of a season. You almost made it to the very end, but from Caleb's single vote, your game has been cut short. The tribe has spoken. Anything left that you want to say, you can go ahead and you can make your way out.
Good game, both of you. You both deserve to be there, so don't hold anything back at Final Tribal Council.
For you two, the final two, tomorrow, you guys are going to go through FTC. You're going to battle it out for the title of sole survivor and winner of this crazy, crazy season in front of all of those jurors. But for now, you guys get to head back to camp.
You know, I did a lot in this game. I blindsided, played an idol, won immunity, made a ton of alliances. So I'm not disappointed in that aspect. Like, I came here to win, so it is gut-wrenching going out. I really think if it was a final 3, I would have taken this home. But at the end of the day, I really did try my best. There's really nothing more I think I could have done besides win that final immunity. Like I said before, it really does suck to come this close and just lose. But I give it to those two. They've both played a good game, and I can't wait for Final Tribal Council.
Who would have seen this coming? What is there to say? I mean, was it my ideal scenario? No. But again, I'm just weirdly okay with this. I think Caleb and I genuinely are very closely matched in this game. And while my biggest concern is that there are specifically 2 people on that jury that in no way, shape, or form vote me over him, I don't even know if anybody on the jury wants to vote me, period. So, as much as I've loved working with Caleb, this FTC is war.
Wow.
We made it. Oh my god.
That's crazy. After all the ups and downs in the tribe of Yumi, Neptune, George.
Oh, I never would have thought. After that vote, I was like so sure that like we were gonna get either picked off or like take each other out.
I thought we were gonna have to go to another tribe with that group, and I thought I was gonna be gone.
Yeah.
One of us was gonna take each other out. It's actually crazy that we made
We made it.
Man, I cannot believe this is like best case scenario. When I found out it was a final 2, I was like, oh man, I'm never gonna win a challenge, and they're just gonna take Isaac, whoever it is. I was so nervous about Fire, getting through Fire, and then getting my redemption after losing that Final 4 challenge that absolutely would have haunted me. Feels so good. I'm so lucky that my brain thought of that. I wouldn't consider myself to be a word puzzler.
Yeah, no.
I think we're pretty evenly matched.
I think so, because like I feel like I've been more proactive, but like more messy.
Yeah, and we've been together like the whole game, so
I think this is gonna be a tough one, but I'm excited for it. You know, I'm just hoping these people are as willing to embrace the light amount of mess and chaos that my game was at times for what it was. As much as I enjoyed it, I know it can be seen by some as like weak or bad gameplay, and to them I say, y'all want boring Survivor. If nothing else, I think I've had a positive impact on the season. I hope I have. So this FTC is for me to fight for the win, to be the proverbial cherry, even though I don't like cherries, on top of it all. At least if one of us is gonna get second to somebody, it's the other.
Sure, I know. I'm hyped that we finish first and second no matter what.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, best case scenario. Now it's not over yet. I mean, I think Isaac has actually done better than a lot of people think. He was kind of tossed around as like the GOAT of the season, like through conversation, but I think he's done better than people realize. He was always kind of in the know to some extent. You know, he knew things that I didn't know. He went behind me a couple times without me realizing. I don't know if it was actually better for him. I think it kind of was just messy in a lot of instances, which might be by one up on him. I know I played the better game, but now it's just about conveying that to people who are the actual judges of that. And I'm so excited. I cannot believe I made it here.
Two, you have made it as far as you can in this game. And now it is time to turn to the jury, the players who you voted out throughout this merge. They have your fate and your ability to win the game in their own hands. And all you can do is ask for their vote. What we're going to do is we're going to start with an opening speech. Then each jury member gets to ask a question and receive their answer. And then one closing speech in the opposite order. And then we'll find out who wins this thing. Whichever one you wants to go first, you can go first.
You want to go with me?
You can go first.
All right. What's up, guys? So I think the reality of Survivor, especially in my case for this season, is that you aren't always going to have the answers. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. There's always going to be conversations going on that you're not a part of. So my aim was to insulate myself such that even when the conversations were going on, the conversations weren't revolving around me, because I would have someone there being like, hey, not Caleb. And I had plenty of times where pre-merge and post-merge where I wasn't a part of a conversation, and then I'd talk to the people who were, and they were like, yeah, basically all that happened in the conversation was they said, not you. Pre-merge, it was because I had good connections. Post-merge, I was kind of riding this wave of, oh, I almost went home pre-merge, and I tried to really push that narrative into the merge so that people would look for me as somewhat of a free agent. I always tried to keep that insulation for myself, and I tried to have my back covered. It was always, and I told people in the game this, it was always just about survival for me. The people surrounding me weren't necessarily as important as my own survival, which is kind of natural. But my biggest, I think, claim to fame in this game is that I never stopped playing. And that's the only thing that's really always in your control in Survivor is I just hit the ground running, and I tried to never stop. Like I said, whenever I wasn't a part of those conversations, I had people working for them in me. Whenever we had downtime in the game, I had 2 rounds off because Spongy was carrying us some challenges, and I spent it writing up fake advantages. I was hiding fake advantages. I was talking, like I said, talking to people who were on the other side of me just to try and get a feel for what was going on in the game and my own standing. I never stopped and I never gave up, even at the final, last couple of challenges, whenever I was so bad at challenges the whole season. And I came close at 4, and then I knew I had to do it at 3 and did. Like I said, you don't have control of everything in Survivor. All you can control is just your own work ethic and how much you're willing to put into it. So I just tried to put it all in and hope that I got that back in terms of how the other players receive me.
Thank you, Caleb. Isaac, we'll turn it over to you.
Hello, jury. Welcome back. I think to just get right into it with my game, I think the biggest word I would use to describe it would be opportunistic. My game was not one where I ever really wanted to be stuck in one specific position the whole time. On my original tribe, despite often being the other vote, one of the biggest strengths I had was my ability to similarly insulate myself. I didn't even need a big alliance at the time. Instead of focusing on trying to build some mega alliance to run the tribe, on getting a lot of good individual bonds with people, and it did work. Every single time that my name came up in the pre-merge, I had almost every single person, besides pretty much the people who were going, letting me know such. And I think it also proves that in spite of the fact that I was a very easy person for some people to throw out, able to get in those individual connections to people like Bianca, Caleb, Red, George, who all, I think, were very helpful to make sure that, in spite of the fact that I arguably knew I was probably one of the weakest people on the tribe in terms of challenges, one of the most likely people to be the reason that we kept losing, I was able to escape largely unscathed from those votes. Going into the merge, after the craziness that was the 4-person tribal, where I almost went home, I think that very much changed my perspective, not just on the game, but I think knowing the twist and how the twist played out gave me, I think, a very unique perspective on it, because I saw that twist as a tool, and I was always looking out for what that could throw into things. And at the first couple merge votes, it admittedly did not add much. Either they weren't there or there just wasn't a large voting block. But when we all knew that the group of them were coming in, I had, been trying to make my own big move at the time, which admittedly fell flat in a traditional sense. But it was because I was able to see the opportunity presented by the people from the house that I was able to somehow still get my target out. And moving forward, I think that really cracked open the game. I was at a place where I felt so much like everybody else was in the driver's seat. And it gave me a position where I felt a lot better, I felt a lot more connected, and felt like a much more vital ally to a lot of different people, to where I was able to maneuver this end game, partially riding off Boston's whole speech of me having 0% chance to win, which I never really put as much stake into it as I let on. But I always tried to use that to my advantage to make sure that people wouldn't see me as a potential threat in the end and give me more room to try and make more additional moves, which may not have always worked out. But at the very least, the one thing I was not down to have happen was coast my way here and go around and just let things go in a way that I felt like did not benefit me most.
Thank you both for your opening speeches. We will now turn it over to the jury. Llama, you will go first.
All right. Good job to both of you. Obviously, you guys both made it to the final. So congrats. You both deserve to be here, like I said before. My question is pretty simple. It's just, what do you think was the biggest obstacle for both of you in this game? And why do you think that? And what did you do to overcome it?
I think I'll go first on that.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like my biggest obstacle at times was just kind of the dynamic of how everything was. I came into the merge, obviously not in this big kind of green wave from the pre-merge. And that I knew put me in a shitty position. And admittedly, my first instinct was to fight it as hard as I can. I voted to keep Neptune. But I think being able to pivot and weigh, the pros and cons of, do I just keep fighting a losing battle, or do I look elsewhere for potential alliances? I think the biggest thing I did that allowed me to get over that hurdle was voting Red out. Because as much as I didn't really want Red to go, I had so many people come up and talk to me saying like they wanted to work with me. But me working with Red was turning them off. And I think I genuinely, I had to weigh 4 different potential allies against keeping in one.
I feel like the biggest obstacle in my game was perception, because I feel like once you have target attached to your name, it's kind of cooked. Like once people have that in your mind, it's hard to shake. So I worked to reduce that as much as possible and make sure that I wasn't getting perceived as... I honestly always felt like I was in a pretty good position in the game. Obviously, there became situations where it got out of my hands. I drew a rock, I did fire. But I never really felt like the game was slipping away from me, but I wanted it to seem that way. And so like when we hit merge, I had conversations, like I said, where people were like, oh, you almost went home. You had to play your idol to go home. And I was like, yeah, I'm a free agent. I'm on the outs. I didn't feel that way. Once I hit merge, I had repaired my relationships with Isaac and Neptune. I had Red. I was building a good relationship with Boston off the bat. So I never felt like I was in danger, but I wanted to keep up that persona of the facade of, I need all the help I can get. I'm on the outs, and I have been for a while.
For sure. Thank you, both of you guys, and good luck.
All right. Now we're going to start from the top. Neptune, you're up next.
Yeah, so I'm honestly really excited that it's the two of you in in the final two. I think that's awesome. You know, being on our little small 4-person tribe and that little 4-person tribal, I think that was probably one of the most exciting and memorable tribals that I've been a part of. And, you know, we all ended up getting out of that. So I'm very happy for the both of y'all. And I'm very torn on who I want to win. So the first part of my question is, how do you think the jury perceives your game? And if it's not the way that you want them to perceive your game, what do you say to change their mind on how they perceive it?
I think the jury probably perceives me as a strong player, but not someone who is like the top dog. Like I kind of said in my last statement, it was like I didn't want to be perceived as this giant threat. But I do think that I played as hard as I possibly could, and I do think that I could have had a chance against anyone here. I don't know how realistic it is, but I think I would have an argument because I just had to play the entire time, man. Like other than those 2 rounds I talked about where I was still, you know, working hard to other things, it was go, go, go from the very beginning. I was trying to build alliances. Then on our 3-person tribe, I find myself in a terrible 4-person tribe. I find myself in a terrible situation. Found my way out of that one. So, like I said, I think their perception of me is a strong player, but I like to think I'm even stronger than maybe it comes off, just because a lot of my work is kind of underground.
One of the biggest things that is always like I've kept in mind since it happened was the whole Boston vote off and his whole speech about that. One of the biggest things I'm worried about people potentially thinking about me is that I didn't know what I was doing when everything I did in this game had some level of intention behind it, whether it be a vote that I had or just even down to something like sending Caleb to fire over voting him out had intention and different layers behind it. I can go through a couple examples. Like, I mean, obviously the Boston vote, what happened with Boston. I think, you know, I definitely played into that fact that it was just something I kind of did to be random because I was losing my mind and whatever. And in some ways, it's a little bit true. I was very okay with the vote going chaotic like that because I was admittedly sick of how the merge was going. But at the same time, the reason I chose Boston as my target is because when I looked around me at the conversations that were happening, I saw all roads leading back to the same place. I saw Caleb was getting much closer with Boston. I saw Boston seem to know everything about this opposing alliance, yet none of them want to target him. I saw these big duos that were happening, but that also in different things that just kind of threw me off of it. All of that went into that decision. And something like keeping Caleb in at 4, it was very much a big risk that I knew could fall out of my favor if, you know, the worst came to happen. But honestly, I looked at it as like pretty much a scenario where most of the scenarios I at least get some sort of win in it. Either Caleb loses fire and I am more, you know, have done a little bit of the jury management with that. Either he wins fire, he's more likely to beat Llama in a challenge. Every single thing I did in this game was intentional. It was never just purely for the reason of chaos and randomness, and that is one thing I am worried that people might think about my game.
Well, good luck to both of you. I'm very happy for both of y'all, and I almost got you out, Caleb. So congrats. Actually, me and Isaac almost got you out. That was fun.
Oh, yeah,
it was a good travel.
Thank you, Neptune.
Thank you.
We are now going to move to our second juror, Red. You can come on down.
I see you guys both here. Incredible work to both of you guys. I had a whole speech where I could just make fun of the people, in the final 2, and then I realized, I can't do that to my friends, and then I opted against that, and now I'm going to make fun of you guys. I gotta say, I feel like I look at your guys' game, and all I see is it's just like the exact same thing. I'm not seeing the layers to it, I guess, still right now, and that's the hard part for me. I'm seeing Isaac claim he voted out Boston when Boston went home to rocks. I see Caleb talking about perception repeatedly for 30 minutes here. I'm just not seeing anything, guys. I want you guys to explain to me, what animal do you think best represents your game as a whole, and why?
Not gonna lie, at times I would maybe, and this is gonna sound really bad when I first say it, but I hope I can explain, maybe cover some of your early points. Like a rat, weirdly enough, a lot of times I was having to scavenge in this game for different things. I was, somebody who had to, hoard a lot of allies very early on and then lost a lot of them throughout the pre-merge and the first 2 merge votes. I ended up having, I lost Neptune and I had to unfortunately give you up to the wolves on that one. And from that point forward, I genuinely felt like as much as I was at a loss for what to do in the game, I also felt like the game could be cracked wide open. And when it comes to something like the Boston vote, that's just where I went balls to the wall. I was the person pushing Boston's name. I'm the reason that there were 2 votes for Boston in that tribal, which led to the deadlock by taking 2 votes off of Spongy. And then I was the person that deadlocked the vote. And I was the person that said it's either Liz or Rocks because I had a feeling that that would lead to a rock draw.
Okay.
My turn.
Caleb? Yeah.
I'd say I'm a Badger. Now, for those that don't know about Badgers are like willing to throw down. They kind of like have that don't give up attitude. I tried to play through in the game. And like I asked a lot of people in the jury. I was really just wanted to get here. I didn't necessarily care who was against me because I had confidence in my game. I didn't, I would have stepped to anyone. Obviously, I am much more content with this situation than being against some of the top people. And that's another thing is like they kind of know when to like duck and weave and not necessarily put themselves in a horrible situation despite confidence. I knew when to manage things, but I would have sat here next to anybody and pitched the same case because I do think I played a really strong game.
Good answers to both you guys. Isaac, I don't know about the analytic play on the rats there. Last time someone was called a rat, they did not win the game.
Well,
just letting you know.
Sometimes we love to turn things around. Let's make history.
Let's see if you'll prove the analytics wrong with your film. Okay.
We'll see.
Congrats to both you guys, but good luck.
There goes Red. Next, we have our 3rd juror, Boston. Please come down.
Hey, finalists. Congratulations on making it here. You guys deserve it, as you have outlasted everyone. I wanted to come here and win the title of Soul Survivor, and I was going to celebrate with a steak dinner. Unfortunately, a game of chance had other plans for me, so it'll end up being one of you that will enjoy the steak dinner. In my eyes, everything in Survivor is a game. The challenges you play for immunity, the lies and manipulation, and even the most simple conversations are all games. Survivor is a million games inside of one. I'd like to play one more game with you guys. So in spirit of steak, I'm going to give you each a piece of steak. I want each of you to look straight up in the air and do not go in 3rd person. Here's the game. The both of you will stare into the sky and not peek at each other or the jury for this duration. I'm going to name off each juror in order. Here's the fun part. When I list a juror's name, I want you to hold out the piece of steak if you feel like you're going to get their vote tonight. If you flash the steak in your arm over and over and don't give a firm answer, you will lose my vote. I want you guys to be honest with us, but more importantly, be honest with yourself. All right, we will begin with Neptune. Now Red. Now myself. Now for Spongy. For Expo. For Liz. Now for Llama.
That was fun.
Thank you for your answers. I hope you guys are honest tonight, but I hope you are honest with yourselves. Good luck.
Next, we're going to go to our 4th juror, Spongy.
Good to see you guys again. Ooh, the floor's hot. So, that was a fun little game that Boston played. Unfortunately, one of you is going to be wrong about your decision. I'm happy that you both think I'm going to vote for you. But sorry, I can only vote for one of you. With that being said, I feel like we should just cut the bullshit and just be honest. And I will vote for whichever person is the most honest to me right now. You guys are both here based off of mainly luck and the side of everybody else up there, including me, making a lot of really terrible mistakes. So that's just my opinion. But with that being said, I want to give you guys both a chance to just tell me why truly you want to win more than the other person. And Isaac, I'll let you go first.
It's been a wild fucking ride for me. I have been in this community for a very long time. And in spite of that, I have actually never won before. So the biggest thing that this would mean to me, the win, would be getting all the way here and proving to myself that I can win. I've genuinely wanted to win one of these since I was 14, and I played my absolute heart out. I put it all on the line so many times, knowing that it could blow up in my face, just for the hope that I would be sitting here, in spite of how badly I wanted to be here. Also never fully afraid of things potentially blowing up. I knew that with big plays and things that trying to make something big happen, it could just as easily blow up in my face and send me home. But if I was afraid of that, I wouldn't have done any of that. And maybe I would have been okay with just sitting back and coasting my way here. But I wanted to have the shot at winning. I wanted to sit here and have the best shot at winning that I can.
I really do appreciate that. I appreciate your explanation. Thank you, Isaac. Mr.
First, I
Banana.
want to say you're absolutely right about the luck portion of this. I mean, I drew a rock, I got a flint in 3 breaks on gravel. God put that word puzzle answer in my head for some reason that I didn't think I would get. But all of those moments were so anxious for me because I'm so invested in this. I hit every season as hard as I can, as I've talked about. I never stop. I'm always just trying to do something. And it's because I don't want to, like, you know, someday I'm going to not be playing these and stuff like that. And I want to be able to look back. Maybe when my kids enter the Minecraft Survivor community, I can show them the game film. And I don't want to be the one getting 13th or something like that. So, I mean, I am so nervous at every vote off. My leg is bouncing. The vote off we just did with Llama, I was like sick to my stomach and I had immunity and I knew exactly what was happening. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can tell you is I want it so bad. Second place would be, you know, it's nice to have made it here, but it's not the ultimate goal. I want to get those at least 4 votes so bad.
No, thank you, Caleb. Really. And regardless of how you got here, regardless of what it took to get you here, whether it be luck, whether it be other people's mistakes, you guys are the ones that are here. None of us are there. We're mad that we lost. we wanted to be there because we really wanted to win too. So I really do appreciate that. And I'm going to vote for the person who I feel was the most honest with me. Thank you for a good season.
Thank you, Spongy. All right, we're going to get our 5th juror, Expo.
What's up, guys? So in every jury, there is always one stinky juror who doesn't give a real question. Hi, that's me, because I think I already have my vote figured out. So we're going to play a little fun little game. If you guys got a high school accolade, what would it be? And I want to hear from Caleb first.
This is most likely to spreadsheet. I know that sounds stupid, but that is like my token thing. I make a spreadsheet for everything. I make it for what I have to do today. I make it for other people here can attest to this. So it sounds dumb, but literally anytime, like when we're playing those games where it's like who's most likely to, and you get handed a card, I sit there with an empty deck until there's something about like spreadsheet or organizing, and they throw it down on me. So yeah, I'll give you that.
I would probably get, at least if we're talking about my actual high school experience, most likely to not talk to the people from high school again. I've legitimately only talked to one person who I went to high school with, but it is also like kind of my best friend. So, yeah. I mean, I've just always been somebody that, to me, I'm somebody who is quality over quantity when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. So I feel like that is what I would have gotten.
Genuinely, you guys did both play a great game, and I'm sorry I had such a bad question, but I also feel very confident in who I'm voting.
We will now get to our 6th juror, the final person who has a question for you two, Liz.
Unlike everyone else, I feel like I come in here with a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts. During the wonderful Boston high stakes game, neither of you held up a stake, so I guess I'm just not voting today. I kind of understand why. I feel like out of everyone in the game, I feel like I interacted with you two the least, which is unfortunate. But I do still have some questions that are on my brain. Obviously, Isaac, I want to talk to you about the final 5 and 4 rounds. Well, I mean, no matter the reason, you didn't really owe me anything. I just want to know why you had a change of heart and wanted to work with Caleb again.
It was less about me wanting to work with Caleb again and more me having to honestly reassess just the whole layout of everything with how that vote went. One of the biggest things I was banking on moving forward was Llama being able to beat Beatable in the comps. Mm-hmm. And which is a big part of the reason I didn't want Expo to go, as I talked to you about. It was a very difficult decision at Final Four for me because I had to sit there and I felt like there were both pros and cons to just voting Caleb out and to sending it to Fire. Mm-hmm. I knew Caleb wasn't the most ideal person to sit next to for me, but I also knew that Caleb was more likely to beat Llama in an immunity challenge. And another part that played a role in it, there was that part of me that even though I sent you in, was kind of hoping you would win. Mainly because, as I think I brought it up earlier, it was partially a jury management thing as well. And I think we'll never really know. We'll never know if you would have won the final immunity. We'll never know if I would have beaten it faster than Llama. We'll just never know that. All I do know is that I'm here I'm not sitting next to the person I was most afraid of sitting next to. So I knew I had to take, once again, a very big risk.
You definitely answered my question there. For Caleb, hi. We didn't get a chance to work together, but it doesn't mean I don't respect your game. I've definitely listened to the things that you've done and the things that you've said. Who do you feel like was someone who really, really, truly helped you the most in this game? Like your best ally?
Yeah, I I got the chance to work with a lot of people and get betrayed by a lot of people. As much as I'm happy to be sitting here with Isaac, it was definitely not smooth the whole time. He voted for me 2 different times. I voted for him. Same with Neptune, obviously, tried to take me out. And then most of the other people I didn't really meet. I would say that my, ironically, and it's not just because he was like so loyal and good, my best ally was Red, because I didn't really have like a true number one, like someone who I went back to with every piece of information. My game was super fluid, and it was just kind of like, who do I think can help me this round? I mean, at Final 6, I had a conversation with Spongy. That was like my first serious strategy conversation with Spongy, and we like locked in for that round, and I was ready to go because I just needed people who were willing to work with me. Back to Red, he was so off his rocker for a minute there. He was coming to me with information. We had a good like open line of communication, probably more so than anyone else in the game, just because I was getting lied to so much. But the biggest help was the fact that he was such a big, like, obvious target that I talked about how I tried to come in and merge with that, oh, I'm just like a drowning fish, help me out. And he was so the opposite that it worked because he was drawing in all the attention. No one was stopping to be like, well, are we sure Caleb isn't a threat? Are we sure this? Because everyone had eyes on him. But yeah.
Thank you. Good luck to you both. Much love and great season.
All right. Thank you, Liz. With that, we have gotten all of the questions of our members of the jury, and the room is going to flip right back over to you two. You will have about 1.5 to 2 minutes, which I will be timing, to do a short, get anything in you want to, re-explain any part of the game you think you need to, and tell them why you should be the winner. We're going to go in reverse order, so we're going to start with Isaac and end off with Caleb.
Thank you all for your questions. Genuinely, I think it was a good FTC. I think what it really comes down to for who the winner of the season going to be is going to be how the season ends and what it is remembered for. And when you look at the other big parts of this season, I think I encompass a lot of that. There was a lot of chaos going on at a lot of different votes, and I was often somewhat involved in causing that, whether it led to a rock draw, whether it led to Expo's wacky ass elimination, or a firemaking challenge that I wasn't even sure I was going to let happen at the beginning. That, I think, has boosted the season and has been part of what made it so good. On top of that, I think I had a very unique relationship with the twist and was, I think, able to utilize it in a very unique way. Even if, yes, there is luck involved in that, there is a way in which you sometimes, create your own luck. It rewards when you're prepared. It rewards when you take those opportunities. And that's why something like Final 7 was able to happen, even though I may not have always had the most pull out of everybody. I think I had the sheer will to try and get my way and make things happen.
All right, Caleb, you're up next.
So the whole thesis, the entire idea of my game that I kind of tried to live by, aside from just the make sure I survive thing I told you guys about, is my mantra was reduce uncertainty for myself and create it for others. Reducing uncertainty for myself looked like talking to other people and making sure that I had as much information as possible. Creating it for others looked like anything. I mean, throwing out fake information. I made the fake Bell advantage that Expo knows about because I just wanted there to be chaos. I wanted people to not know things that I knew. So I wrote that up in my downtime. Spongy came to me and he was like, I saw you, because I dug that spot up, and Spongy came to me, he's like, I saw you find the idol. And first I was like, what? And I was like, oh, yeah, that idol. I found it. And then obviously he blew up at me at Tribal asking me to play it on him. And that created this whole persona that I had an idol that I never had and never touched. And then I kept quiet about my real idol. We had a giant tribe hunt for it. And I didn't say anything to anyone because I didn't want them to know, because I ended up needing it and I didn't need them to know that I would. But I was willing to compromise. I mean, I turned on a dime. I was so bad at challenges this season that Joker was literally making fun of me at them. And then at the end, I sold myself as the one person who could take down Llama. And not only did I sell myself as that, not only did I survive because of it, I went through with it and did it. I adapted well and I played my heart out, and I never stopped. And I respect your decision, but I hope it's rewarded with a victory.
With that, the jury is now going to cast their votes for for the winner of this season. You guys have done everything you can, but the game is in their hands. And we're going to start from the top with Neptune.
You know, the analytics don't back your play, unfortunately, Isaac. For that, I'm voting for Caleb.
I never thought I'd honestly be voting for you. Congratulations in the end. Scrooge sends their regards.
This is definitely the second time I've written your name down, and this is the first time I mean for it to work.
All right. I will now be reading these votes and declaring our winner. First vote, Caleb. Isaac. Caleb. Caleb. And the winner of Minecraft Survivor Season 3, Poland, the House of the Damned, is Caleb. Congratulations to Caleb on winning this insane season. I want to take a moment to thank first and foremost my production team. I may be the only one in the editing bay, but I am far from the only person it takes to make a season like this happen. So, to all of you on my prod, I am wildly thankful. I'd next like to thank every member of the cast, from Cassius to Caleb and all of you who landed in between. Each and every one of you brought something unique and fun to this season. It could have been chaotic gameplay, structured and cold-hearted moves, tribal drama, house strategy this season, or anything else that went into this season. You all made it possible. This season is amazing, and it is only amazing because of the product you all brought to the table. And finally, to all of you watching this and who have been watching as it releases, or maybe you're on a binge years down the road, I make this series because I have a love for creativity and reality TV, and because I want people to enjoy it. I'm not going to beg you to like or subscribe or follow or any of that, but please, if I could ask you to do anything, keep watching Minecraft Survivor. And maybe one day, apply to be on one yourself. Just saying, there may be some applications out very soon for mine, but again, thank you all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all for the reunion, and for Season 4.